Is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. We're just going to get started here in a couple minutes, so please be patient, and we'll get started right at the bottom of the hour. Just another minute while people begin to join and get comfortable. We'll start very soon. Go ahead and get started. I'm Bob Hawk. I'm in the sales department here at Wisys. I'm your account manager. So if you have questions about today's presentation, you're more than welcome to contact me directly. What's our agenda for today? We're going to take a look at 4 offerings in the Agility AI bundle, Agility Intelligence. The first item that we looked at last week was the interpreter, the way to bring things into Macola from external sources. Today we're going to take a look at the Agility agent, and then next week we're going to look at the packaging module that will help you build a pack plan for your shipments. And finally, the last position for this webinar will be in the Fusion Scheduler, a way to look at orders from POP or shop floor. Let's go a little deeper. I thought I'd mention, how do you get the AI bundle? Where is it and how do you get it? Well, it's on your contract right now. But the trick is there's a trial period, and we will be offering this product. It's part of Build 571, which you'll need to update to try the software. So if you haven't updated in 3 years, you may want to look at an update your sandbox server, or maybe even a laptop with Macola and Wisys and the new applications on that laptop. They don't disturb your production system. The Agility product interfaces with OpenAI. So we have an account with a cloud service, OpenAI, and your request would be passed back and forth through OpenAI. When you start a session with OpenAI through Agility, you're going to have a private thread, a secure and encrypted flow of data, and your data is not going to be saved on the server. So while you're making queries and doing things, that's an active session, and when you're done, it closes and it's gone. We set up Agility in the cloud not to learn from your data, which means it's always private. It doesn't become public domain. The results of Agility AI in the agent can either be text or graphical, and we'll see that in just a minute. So again, how do you get Agility AI? You have to download a new update to 571, and you can see here there are lots of updates by date that you can look at on our website. Part of the Agility AI solution is documentation. So we have a SharePoint server set up where you can actually download the data and learn about what it's supposed to do out of the box. The interpreter that we went over last week, you saw a drag and drop interface for purchase orders and sales orders. You just drag them in, it formats them, and creates a transaction to create a new PO or sales order in the system. Today we're going to look at agent. This little panel right here, you can ask questions and get results. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to write queries using this. It should interpret your language and make the query available. Next week, we're going to look at the packaging application, which will look at items in order and put them in boxes inside of a case so you know how to pack. And finally, we'll take a look at the new agility scheduling solution. It's a simple whiteboard that integrates with Progression, ES, or 10, and you can just import your orders, and it will help you schedule sales orders or shop orders or POP orders in the system. Okay, where is the agent? How do you get it to work? When you open any grid inside of Agility Explorer, there's a new option here under Menu called AI Agent. And you'll see it opens up as a panel right here. You'll see me do that shortly. And I'll be able to ask questions right here. Well, what does it do? The agent allows you to ask questions based on the Agility grid you have open using your own words as a query. Again, it uses OpenAI to process your request and give you some results. All right. Let's take a look. My Agility open. I have reduced the menu size. So you can see here, I have my Agility menu here. And by using that little button, I can make it appear or disappear. And that's also true if there's something on the side. Now, up at the top, as I mentioned, there's AI Agent. And when you press that button, it opens up a new panel. Now, that panel sometimes is docked over on the side. I like to undock it and spread it around so I can ask questions. I like to see the table of fields at the top so I can ask questions like how many sales orders do I have? And you'll see here, I've got a sum of these right here at the bottom. And it wants me to ask that question again and refresh the data set. How many orders do I have open? I'm going to check this little box right here, which means forget what you used to know and grab this data again from over there. And what it does is it takes that information that's in that grid, however big it is, the more data you feed it, the more it has to analyze. So it's out there in the cloud, sorting through things, and it should come back in a moment with an answer. The OpenAI system has a tiered group. When you sign up with OpenAI, you get put into a tier. And the tier, so it's showing me here that I have 102 with status code 1 and 6. let's just ask that question again. How many sales orders are there at status 4? And it will go out and think about it again. As I mentioned, there are tiers of service. So as we get started, we have a lower tier of service, but as more people participate and the volume goes up, we'll be put into a higher and higher service category. So hopefully the results set will come back a bit quicker. Patience right now is the key. And the more information you give it based on these table names, the faster it seems to work. So sales order 4, it should be fairly easy for it to figure that out. I think we may need some on-hold music to make it more satisfying. What do you think? So here we got 57, 4. If I come over here with status 4, 157. And you can ask other things like, here's one that I think might be interesting. We have total sales amount and total cost. So if we ask it a little more complex question, how many orders do I have where a total cost is greater than the total sales amount? Now what I'm going to do is come back here and release this, make sure that I have good data. I wanted to reread this whole thing. So that's not quite a simple query as the other one, because you're going to have to do some addition behind the scenes to see which order might be in jeopardy of being higher cost than sales amount. So 13 of them are there that have a problem. How many belong to customer 901? So customer 901 is my best customer, and I need to find out if there's any orders there that might be in jeopardy with my best customer. You can see my customer numbers right here. Total cost 12 orders belong to 901. So which sales orders, which sales order number that so there's my list. Okay, let's switch gears, try something else. And now I'm looking at my inventory location list, and I'm going to look for, let's see, I've got agent, new query, and I'm going to say, how many items are purchased and okay, we're going to click this button again to make sure which items are, and I'm going to want it to be looking at that set. Hopefully that'll be better. You just have to wait. The cloud is the cloud. So here we go. 358 items. And rather than do that, I'll just say display as a pie chart. Doesn't have spell check. I already checked into that. And we do plan to add voice so you can talk to it. So there's your cute little graph that shows purchase versus manufactured items. That, in a nutshell, is really what Agility Agent is all about. Being able to ask questions of your data set in English language. It's really targeted at those people that may not be IT folks, people that want to just get some basic information, learn to ask questions of the data, just like you do with other AI apps you may have tried. Let's see if, Aaron, if you're out there with me, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I'm just sorting through here.
Aaron's in the sales department with me. He's the director of our sales group.
Yeah, I don't have any questions right now, but if there's some popping up here, I'll take them. So someone just asked if this is in the Wisys. Here we go. Can it be used with a grid that we've modified? Very good question.
Yeah. So if a grid is a grid is a grid. If you have a modified grid, it really is just taking whatever you have on that grid and putting it up into AI. So it's a custom table whether it's an integrated view with another, maybe a quality assurance system, or maybe just other data that you want it to integrate, certainly will do that. Good question.
Yeah, that is good. And then is this based on user? My assumption is the question is based on the role of the user in Agility Explorer. So whatever grids they have access to, that's the they can pull from or agent for. So the nice thing, it's really able to be secured based on that user's role. So if Bob can only see items that Bob has access to, that's the only thing he can ask questions to.
Yeah. And that is one of the benefits, rather than just having it do raw queries against any table in the database. You're really focusing the query on that open grid that you have open.
Well, and the nice thing is too, Bob, is that you don't have to give different permissions for this product than you already do for Agility Explorer. You could set one, threshold or one role or user type, and they can, what they can see is they can use. So
that's right. So if you're a customer of Wisys and you have 5 users of the Agility desktop, all 5 users are going to be able to use this product. It's a service that you would add eventually to your contract, and then it'll have an annual fee, just like other SaaS type programs. But every user, whether you're 5 or 55 or 105, all those people can use it.
I think those are all the questions right now, unless any more come in.
Okay. Well, feel free. You can email me. You probably all have my email address in your inbox somewhere. Please feel free to give me a buzz, and we will talk again. Thank you. Appreciate the help, Aaron.